Hello, Miss Fia. Here's my screencast for my final for week 4. I'll go ahead and start out by showing my Contacts Manager application and what it does. Right now, I have a couple contacts in here already, and I'm going to go ahead and put some more in. I'm going to use the name of, let's just go with my favorite wrestler. How about that? And we'll put in a phone number that's not right and an email at, we'll put that in right, and a URL. Okay, and we're going to add contact. And we can't, error, please insert a valid phone number. Okay, so we'll do that. Whoops, we'll put them in again. Sorry about that, can't type today. And an email, we'll go ahead and mess that up. Let's just say we forgot the .com on there. And okay, so we'll go ahead and add, again, the email address, the server-side validation shows we need to enter a valid email address. So we will enter an email. And now for the URL, we'll just say, we forgot the period in there. Please enter a valid URL. So all my server-side validation is working. Now I will add everything correctly. Okay. Okay. And you can see, oh, for some reason my message didn't display, but you can see that the contact here, he was added, Fertile Debit. Everything is correct. And then if we go in and we'll take mine here. The only problem I was having, and I did email you about this, is the phone numbers here. No matter what I do, it puts this phone number in. And even if I go in and attempt to edit the phone number, let's say, and we go ahead and hit save. Contact has been successfully updated. Well, it wasn't. It didn't update anything. So I'm having problems with that. I do have some time tonight. I'm going to try and work on that some more, but I'm having a real tough time with what's going on there. So you saw the edit feature. I'll go ahead and delete somebody. Contact has been successfully deleted. I'm going to go into the edit again, and let's see, I'll take out my middle name. And we will update the contact. Contact has been successfully updated. You can see over here, if we go into SQL Pro, we'll refresh the database. And you can see, oh, it took my name out. That's something different that I wasn't seeing before. I guess I will work on some of these things again. But you can see that it is storing the information in the database. My code, pull that up here. We'll go to the contacts.php page first. And we go ahead, we start the session. The variables are for username and password. Use the PDO to call to the SSL database. And then this is where we validate the URL, the phone number, and the address, the email address, excuse me. And if all of those are valid, we go ahead and let the user know that the contact has been added. Again, call to the database, call the variables into the database, and there's those variables right there. And then we prepare the statement to insert the values into the database, bind the values, execute the statement, and then everything is put into the database. Here's my HTML. This is just the form, basically, name, phone, email, URL, all saying that they're required. And this is where we list the contacts out below. Create a prepare statement to select all of them by ID and execute that statement. We use fetch all to return all values to the browser. We use the for each loop to loop through all of those and display them in the browser. And that's the end of the contacts.php page. Delete, same thing, start the session. After the contact has been deleted, the user will be alerted that it was deleted. Variables for username and password, call to the SSL database using a PDO, gather the values for the ID using get, and then we're going to prepare a delete statement, delete from contacts where the ID equals the correct ID, Bind the values for ID with the contact ID, execute the statement, and then redirect the user back to contacts.php, and that's the end of the PHP for delete page. Update page, all basically the same kind of things. We could call to the database, the variables. There's if the contact was updated successfully, there's your message. Get the values for the ID. Select all again, bind parameters, execute, fetch all. And I started to put validation in on this as well, but I was having some problems for some reason. So I do have the URL verifying, and that's about it. Then we gather the values for the variables and prepare the update statement to update all of this information, the full name, phone, email, website, and then it updates with the contact, the correct ID. Execute the statement, direct the user back to contacts.php, and then that's the end of that. The form again showing what they can update, and it's returning the values that they've already entered. Again, that's required to fill everything out, and that is the end of the update page. Like I said, I still have a couple of things to work on. I'm not sure what that phone number situation is. I will go ahead and enter my husband here and see what happens. Okay. Whoops. And we'll give him an email address of Google. And we'll go ahead and add contact. And it was displaying earlier, so I must have accidentally changed something, the confirmation message that the user was added. But you can see down here he was added. So I will work on that phone number. I will work on figuring out why my message is not displaying. But overall, there's my Contacts Manager app. And I just wanted to say that you are a fantastic teacher. This class has been very difficult. And I feel like you have made it much more easy to understand than maybe somebody else would have. So, all right, I guess that's it. Thanks, and thanks for everything, I guess.